morning, and as we round Oshit Corner, I suppose the first thing you might notice is the total lack of background audio. It appears that the mic lead from the camera has failed. Oh dear, something else I'll have to sort out. Anyway, today's plan is up to the Midway Truck Stop at Priest Heath for a bite to eat and meet up with a few of the Enfield lads, and then over to Newcastle under Lyme to D&K Motorcycles to see what bikes they've got for sale, and along the M54 where Andy takes the lead for a while, and off the M54 junction 3 Cosford, and it looks like I'm taking the lead again. Well, how's that for perfect timing? Graham has literally just got here as we're pulling up. Right, I'm off into the cafe. I can feel bacon, egg and chips coming on, because I've had no breakfast yet. Right, I'll take up the position of tail end Charlie, which is a good thing because I do know where we're going and I do know how to get there. So if anybody does get lost, I can nudge them in the right direction. And as we turn onto the 525, we've not lost anybody yet. It is rather a nice road this, and it's not too hot when the sun's out, although for a few miles we were behind a tractor and trailer which was doing his 24 mile an hour in places, but we're in no rush. A rather dramatic church here in Ordlam. Normally we don't get this view of it because we're coming in from the other direction 9 times out of 10, so for a change, there you go, something you don't see very often. Well, not from me anyway. There's a red kite flying above me just here, but you don't really get that good a view of it. Ah well. This is another one of those roads I've not been on for a long time. Used to spend quite a bit of time up here when I was back at work, but that's all in the past now. I can't say it's a bad thing really. You do get rather a grand view of Stoke-on-Trent and Newcastle under Lyme from up on this road. And here we are, D&K Motorcycles. They used to have rather a nice cafe in days gone by, especially if you were fond of oatcakes. Sadly the cafe's gone now, but anyway, let's pop in and see what they've got bike wise. Time to head for home, and there's the others just pulling up at the lights. We went up to the island and turned round, probably a bit easier. We came through Newcastle just as the schools were turning out, which was a bit of a hold up, but we're back on the A34 and everything's moving as it should be. onto the M6 at junction 14, which will miss out the town of Stafford. But the downside to the M6 mid-afternoon is there will be stationary traffic between junction 9 and 10, guarantee it. And at Hilton Park Services the tailback begins, and Graham carries on down the outside, and I can't say as I blame him one bit. I'd be behind him if I were on a solo bike myself. The traffic did physically stop a couple of times, but it didn't really take us that long to get through, so all in all I think it was the right choice. Once again, no off shit corner, I'm afraid. It's down through the tunnel low trees. So, it's not been a bad day out. It's not really the most picturesque roads in places, but it was a day out. I've had my dinner. Some interesting American imports in D&K, even if some of the prices were a bit on the strange side, shall we say. So I suppose, until the next time, I'll see you later. And with any luck, the audio should be working by then.